He ignored her presence. Now the silence she left echoes in every corner of his life. What could have been has turned into a void, a reality he cannot ignore. He is surrounded by memories that haunt him. Every shared laugh, every deep conversation, now just distant echoes. Her absence is not just physical, it is also an emotional absence. What he feels is a constant weight, a reality that can't be fixed with words. The interactions that once filled his days have now turned bleak, and conversations with friends seem superficial. No one can understand the depth of this void, and he has no words to explain it. He finds himself stuck in a cycle of reflection. What happened between them? Where did things go wrong? Every unsent message and every averted glance becomes a painful reminder of the choice he made. It's not that he didn't care. The truth is that denial led him to a place he can no longer ignore. It's a painful but necessary process. The reality is that he needs to face his own truth. The silence is not just her absence, it is also the absence of answers. He wonders if he could have acted differently. If he had listened to the signs, perhaps the story would have a different ending. Now he lives with uncertainty, with the fragility of knowing that life goes on, but something essential has been lost. This pain is a constant reminder that someone's presence can change everything, and their lack can be devastating. It is time to look inward. What does he truly desire? Life doesn't stop, and he realizes he needs to find a new path. Absence can be the most powerful answer, but it can also be a new beginning. He needs to understand that pain is part of the process, and clarity will be reached when he allows himself to feel all of it. He is not alone on this journey. Each step, each reflection brings him closer to the truth he needs to face. Life continues to spin, but now he is more aware. The silence she left behind can be deafening, but it can also be an invitation to self-discovery. The absence will shape his future, but he has the choice not to let it define him. Instead of getting lost in the pain, he can find himself in transformation. The absence is a signal, a call to act and reconnect with himself. You deserve to live a full life where pain turns into strength. If this message resonated with you, remember that your journey is unique and full of possibilities. He pondered over the conversations that never happened, those words that got stuck in his throat, the courage that was missing to open his heart. Each moment of silence now weighs unbearably. What could have been an exchange of sincere feelings has turned into a silent lament that accompanies him daily. The memories are like shadows that follow him, and he wonders if he will ever be able to free himself from them. What used to be lightness is now a burden he carries. Every laugh shared is now a bitter memory. Every glance exchanged with her turns into an open wound. This state of constant remembrance prevents him from moving forward. He feels trapped in a past that cannot be changed. He needs to understand that the pain he feels is legitimate. It is not a sign of weakness, but a reflection of the depth of his feelings. Ignoring the pain only prolongs the suffering. This truth is hard to swallow, but it is essential for his growth. Each tear shed is a step towards healing. He needs to allow himself to feel that pain, recognizing it as part of the process of overcoming. Over time, he realizes that her absence is not just about what he lost, but about what he can still achieve. It is an opportunity to reconnect with oneself and explore what one truly values in life. He begins to look at his own desires and needs. What does he want for the future? What are his passions? He realizes that he needs to dedicate time to himself, cultivate his own joys, and seek what nourishes his soul. Life does not stop, and he understands that absence can be transformative. That space left by her can be filled with new experiences, new relationships, and self-knowledge. He begins to open up to the world again, to seek new connections, and to understand that each person who enters his life brings a new lesson. He learns that every interaction is an opportunity for growth. The silence that was once deafening now transforms into a necessary pause. He allows himself to reflect on his emotions, the validity of his feelings, and the importance of self-care. Solitude, which once consumed him, now becomes a moment of introspection. He begins to meditate, to write, to explore his emotions more deeply. This practice helps him to articulate what he feels and to find clarity amidst the confusion. He realizes that instead of getting lost in the pain, he can find strength in his memories. He revisits happy moments and learns to value them, not as a burden, but as part of his journey. Each memory is a brick in the construction of his new self. He remembers the lessons he learned and the experiences that shaped his view of love and relationships. This new perspective brings relief, a space for forgiveness, both for himself and for her. Acceptance is a crucial step. He understands that he cannot change the past, but he can shape his future. Pain can be a guide, a signal directing you to a more conscious path. He learns not to fear opening up to new possibilities, to love again even if it involves risks. Fear should not be an obstacle, but an invitation to embrace the new. Over time, he begins to surround himself with supportive people. True friendships emerge, and he realizes that love is not limited to romantic relationships. The connection with friends and family becomes increasingly important. He allows himself to be vulnerable, to share his struggles, and to receive support. This support network strengthens him, and he starts to feel less alone. He also turns to activities he has always loved but had neglected. What was once just a passion transforms into an essential part of his life. He rediscovers joy in small things, like nature, art, and music. These experiences help him see the world with new eyes, to understand that life is made of moments, and each one of them deserves to be lived fully. As he progresses, the pain begins to transform into gratitude. Gratitude for all he has learned, for the lessons life has brought him, even if in a hard way. He understands that her absence does not define him. On the contrary, it is a catalyst for his personal development. He becomes a stronger version of himself, capable of facing challenges and seeking happiness. Life goes on, and he realizes he is ready for new experiences. He doesn't seek to replace what he lost, but to build something new and meaningful. Her absence, once a burden, is now a part of his story that he carries with dignity. He decides that he will not allow this pain to prevent him from living fully. He is capable of loving again, of opening up to new possibilities, and of reconnecting with the joy he had lost. Now he knows he deserves to live a full life. The pain has transformed into strength, and he is ready to move forward with a new understanding of love, loss, and the beauty of life. He bids farewell to the shadows of the past, embracing the future with courage and determination. Absence, instead of an end, has become a new beginning. He realizes that the path to recovery is not linear. There are days when the shadow of pain still haunts him. Memories can be treacherous, surfacing at unexpected moments and bringing forth feelings he thought he had overcome. However, he now knows that feeling is part of the process. This acceptance is crucial so that he doesn't feel defeated. The truth is, he has begun to rise again. Instead of taking refuge in sadness, he allows himself to explore new interests. An old hobby that he had forgotten about starts to catch his attention again. He remembers how painting has always been a form of expression, a channel to release his emotions. As he picks up the brushes, he feels relief. Each stroke on the canvas is a form of liberation, a way to turn the pain into something creative. The practice of painting leads him to discover other forms of art. He starts visiting galleries, attending workshops, and connecting with people who share his passion. These new interactions become a safe space where he can open up and share both his struggles and his victories. He also realizes that art is not just a way to express himself, but a way to connect with others on a deeper level. He also decides that it is time to take care of his physical health. Physical activity becomes a priority. He enrolls in a gym and starts running. The sensation of running, of feeling his body in motion, brings a new perspective. Each run is a way to release endorphins, to feel alive. Physical exercise not only improves his mood, but also strengthens his confidence. On his walks, he connects with nature. He observes the world around him and notices the beauty in small things. The singing of the birds, the gentle breeze, and the sunlight become a part of his new routine. This connection with nature is revitalizing and brings a sense of peace that he hadn't felt in a long time. Life, which once seemed heavy, now becomes light again. At the same time, he faces the need to clarify his emotions. He starts to write a journal. The pages become a safe space to express everything he feels. Each written word is an outpouring, a way to organize his thoughts. He reflects on his mistakes, his insecurities, and his accomplishments. This act of writing transforms into a daily practice, a ritual that helps him understand himself better. Through writing, he realizes that the lessons he learned are not just about love and loss, but about the importance of self-care and self-compassion. He learns to treat himself with kindness, to recognize his victories, no matter how small they are. This shift in mentality is a crucial step for his recovery. He begins to see himself more clearly, accepting his imperfections and celebrating his progress. Over time, he opens up to new relationships. Though the fear of rejection still exists, he starts to understand that human connections are essential for growth. He allows himself to be vulnerable, to share his experiences, and this creates a space of authenticity in new friendships. Each new interaction brings new lessons, and he feels stronger and more capable. He starts attending support groups, where people share their stories of love and loss. These meetings become a space of empathy and understanding. He realizes that he is not alone on his journey. Each story resonates with his own experience, and this brings comfort. He learns that talking about pain can be liberating, and that listening to others' pain also helps him heal. He realizes that her absence is not the end of his story, but a part of it. He remembers that life consists of cycles, and that each end brings with it the possibility of a new beginning. He decides that he will no longer cling to what he lost, but rather to what he gained from the experience. The lessons of love, empathy, and growth are precious. Now, he feels more prepared for the future. He does not seek to forget what happened, but to integrate this experience into his life in a healthy way. He learns to value the present, to live each moment with gratitude. Her absence becomes a reminder that drives him to seek what truly matters. He commits to continuing his journey of self-discovery. The silence that was once deafening is now a space for reflection and growth. He realizes that life is a series of choices, and each one shapes who he becomes. He decides that he deserves to be happy, to love, and to be loved again. The transformation he experiences is profound. He is no longer the same person he was before. The pain has turned into learning, and her absence has become a catalyst for his evolution. He embraces the new, confident that each step toward self-knowledge is a step toward a fuller life. In the end, he understands that absence is not a burden, but an opportunity. He bids farewell to the past and opens his heart to new possibilities. With courage and determination, he moves forward, ready to live fully, without letting past pain define him. He is ready to write the next chapters of his life, confident that the future holds new stories and new joys. He realizes that the journey of self-discovery is not just about dealing with pain, but also about celebrating his achievements. Each small step he takes becomes a reason to be proud. He learns to value small victories, like going out for a walk, reconnecting with friends, or even allowing himself to laugh again. This new perspective brings a freshness to his life. The daily routine, once marked by sadness, now takes on different colors. He dedicates himself to activities that make him feel alive. The regular practice of physical exercises not only improves his health, but also boosts his self-esteem. Each drop of sweat is a reminder that he is in control of his life. He feels stronger, more capable. Interactions with new people begin to fill spaces that were previously empty. He opens up to new friendships, allowing vulnerability to transform into genuine connection. Conversations that once seemed superficial are now deep. He finds comfort in sharing experiences and knowing that others also face similar challenges. Moreover, he dives into new hobbies that awaken his curiosity. Photography, for example, becomes a way to see the world in a new light. He learns to capture moments, to appreciate the beauty of everyday life. He also commits to developing his emotional intelligence. He attends workshops and reads books that help him better understand his emotions. This learning enables him to react more healthily to situations. He realizes that it's not only pain that teaches, but also the knowledge acquired along the way. The journey is not linear, and he acknowledges that there will be ups and downs. However, he now has the tools to handle challenges. Each difficulty becomes an opportunity for growth. He learns not to judge himself harshly in moments of weakness, but to embrace himself as part of a larger process. Over time, he feels more aligned with his desires and values. The clarity he sought begins to manifest in his daily decisions. He establishes healthier boundaries in his relationships, prioritizing those who truly matter in his life. This new approach brings a sense of peace he hadn't felt in a long time. Before you leave, do two things now. Take a deep breath and hold on to what touched your heart today. And if it makes sense, share this story with someone who also needs to hear it.